Hey there, everyone. This is Jim, the guy from Paranormal Fellowship. I know I normally tell you stories, or I should say accounts of real things that have happened to me in the past. But as you can see, I got a little flashing light down here at the bottom. This is a little uh, RGB microphone light ups thing, and it detects uh, full range of sound from below 20 hertz, 20 Hz, to above 20 kilohertz, 20 kHz, which is the supposed human hearing range. It varies from person to person. Now, there's been a lot of talk in the Bigfoot world lately about infrasound and how other animals use infrasound, so Bigfoot uses infrasound. Well, I've been around the block for a long, long time. Since the 80s, I've been out looking at ghosts and everything. And I remember, hell, it's probably 20, 30 years ago that infrasound was the big thing in ghost hunting. Now it's the big thing in Bigfoot hunting. Everyone talks about infrasound. Oh, I was hit by infrasound. Oh, it made me sick. Whales can do it, and elephants and tigers and all that stuff can do it. So Bigfoot can do it. But a lot of people say either it's real, or then there's people like me that say it's not real. But nobody is doing any experiments to find out about it. Well, I'm out here in the middle of the woods in an area, as you can see, it's 14 degrees outside, and with the wind chill, it's down to about 4. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay out here because of my Raynaud's in my hands. My fingers are already freezing. I've only been out here for about 15-20 minutes. But I'm not a firm believer in infrasound from Bigfoot. This area has confirmed Bigfoot sightings. It has confirmed Dogman sightings. I should say confirmed, but reported Bigfoot and reported Dogman sightings. And on top of that, I'm also breaking some of the major rules from Missing 411. I'm out in the middle of the woods with changing weather. I'm by myself. Nobody knows where I'm at. I got a fresh body of water behind me. I've got rocks and a rock cliff over on the other side of the water. So we'll see what happens. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little flashing purple light that you see down here. And I'm going to shut up and we're going to sit here, and this light will go off with any type of noise. And again, the range will go down into the infrasound range. Yeah, anything below 20 hertz, it'll pick up. So if there's any infrasound around this area, that light will light up, and I have me filmed behind it, so you can see I'm not doing something like, or stomping my feet, and I have gloves on, so I can't really snap my fingers or do anything like that. So I'm going to sit back and we're going to watch the light and see if we get any action with infrasound. Bass or infrasound. All right, let's give it a shot. Sorry. Tell you what, sound of this running water from the river behind me is making me have to pee. The cold weather and the running water. So now I'm going to continue this infrasound experiment. Maybe not today, but in the future. I have 2 of these bars. I only hooked up 1 tonight. Maybe when it's a little bit warmer and I want to try it during the daylight. So what do you think? You all want to hear another experience? Alright, let me think about it here. How about a nice ghostly experience? So this was back in the 90s. And I know some of you probably watching this probably weren't even born then. but went down to this place, Adams County, Ohio. It's called the Prospect Place. It was an old mansion that was used by the Underground Railroad to transport slaves into freedom. There was also a big train disaster that happened not far away from the mansion. So the authorities used the mansion as like a triage hospital type thing. They transported people there for treatments. People died there, and some were saved. The whole ordeal. So now, this was in March, and myself and the group I was sort of with back then just paid to go down there, and it was really cool because you got to spend the whole weekend. So you got there Friday, you spent all night Friday there, then you investigated all day Saturday while you're there, and then you came home Sunday afternoon. So it was a really good, you were there for a while. It wasn't like you just walked in 4 hours later going home. It was a nice investigation. But what really started it out was, and this was a first for me, now this was in March, and we started heading down there, and we got a blizzard. I'm not talking like 6 inches of snow. No, we got like 3-4 feet of snow that came down, and it took this 2.5-hour drive, made it about 5 hours long to get down there. I was in my 4x4, I think back then, yeah, that would have been my Dodge 4x4, not my GMC. And we're the only vehicle on the road. The cops weren't even on the road because the roads were that bad. So we get into the house on Friday night, and the group of us are sitting around because, believe it or not, I wasn't the only crazy one. There's me and some others, including my girlfriend, and we were sitting around the dinner table, and we're having a little something to eat, and we're talking with the owner, and he's giving us the history of the house and some of the hauntings and areas, active areas, and so forth. And again, it's a blizzard outside. It's snowing like crazy. And all of a sudden, I see this blue flash outside, and then we hear this boom. I'm like, what the heck? And we all turned and looked out the windows, and we're watching. As it's snowing, we got a thunder and lightning storm. I had never seen thunder snow before. I mean, I think seen thunderstorms with rain and everything, but this was with snow, with blue lightning and loud thunder. I mean, it was awesome. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen at that time with Mother Nature. So we, just did a little, the rookie ghost hunting thing, walk around, hey, if there's any ghosts here with us, or hey, when did you die, that kind of normal BS, and walked around the house a little bit, and we all found our little cots. Basically, we all slept for the night, got up in the morning, and did our thing with breakfast and cleaning up and so forth. And during the day, we started doing a little bit of investigation, and they had this one area that they called the slave quarters. And this is where the slaves stayed that, ran the house, which I guess back then they didn't call them slaves because they were the Underground Railroad, so that would have been just the workers, the maids, and the butlers and their family, which I don't know what the difference was, but anyways, well, they supposedly, the one family that was there also had some kids, and they kept the kids on that side of the house because they weren't to intermingle with the owners and the owner's family. So there's a group of us in there, and my girlfriend was in there as well, and I don't know, maybe it's because we were tired or whatever, but there was one of them little rubber balls that kids always play with in the middle of the floor. So we're sitting there and we're talking, and we're sort of kicking it back and forth to each other with our feet, not real hard, just sort of like tapping it. And for the heck of it, I just sat there, and the ball's in between all of us, and we're just all watching it. And the floor was pretty level. There's no open doors or windows. Like I said, this is March. We just had a blizzard the night before, so no one's opening a window, and it wasn't windy out now. So we're looking around there, and I don't know why, but something just compelled me to say, okay, since you're here with us, roll the ball over to who you want to play with. That ball rolled in like a 360. It made a nice big circle, then it rolled right over to the feet of my girlfriend. Yeah, she was all about ghost hunting. She didn't know how to handle that very well. She sort of freaked out, and we sort of had to leave that area and, go recoup and regather, because there's no reason that the ball should have rolled into a 360, 360 circle and then turn around and go roll right to her feet. So later that night, we go out and we're doing that again, and we're heading towards one of the doorways that separated the two sides. And my girlfriend's getting ready to grab the handle to open up and get in, to go in there and start doing her investigation with her voice recorder. And just as she goes to grab the handle to open the door handle jiggles and the door opens. There was no one on the other side. No one like opened the door and then came through and she didn't know someone was there. No, there was nobody there. That was the end of her ghost hunting for the night. She was sort of freaked out. I was sitting out there and I was watching, and I seen her get all freaked out, and it's like, okay, I'll stop. I'll sit here and stay with you, and just keep you safe. So yeah, there's something in that prospect place that really was interested in her and was making it known. I've been back a couple more times since then, and I've caught some like strange mist. I don't do orbs. I've caught strange mist in like the barn where the bounty hunter was hanged, and some weird noises up in the ballroom where they say there was Satan worshipers. But the ball and the door handle with my girlfriend was sort of like the highlight of it. Well, my fingers, I'm starting to lose the feeling in my fingers, so they're going to be sore here real soon. But I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'm going to keep trying this little experiment with these RGB sound bars. Like I said, they do detect low-end bass, infrasound. So if there's something that comes through, hits me, whether it's a Dogman or a Bigfoot with infrasound while it's on camera, those bars will light up. But I sat here for a while with you guys and nothing lit up. Like I said, the sound of this cold weather and the sound of that water running behind me is making me have to pee. So I think I'm going to call it a night. Post this on YouTube for y'all, hopefully to enjoy and like. Just remember, please hit the like button, maybe even subscribe. I'm not trying to make any money off this. I'm just trying to get all my memories saved somewhere. So a couple more years, when I'm an old, real old fart, I can look back at these and go, oh, that's what I did with my whole life. My whole life wasn't a waste after all. Peace out, all. Love you. See how my footprints even light that up. Watch. All right. Peace all.